Welcome to the Brain Health Hookup. I'm Laurel Myers-Hurst, your resident groovologist, and I believe that better mental health needs to be fun. Here we talk about mental wellness, we explore the physical, emotional, and relational needs we have as humans with the science and practices that help our mental health to flourish. Plus, we dive into my signature method, groove therapy, that engages folks in groove-based music making to lift mood and lower inflammation and pain. I'm so glad you're here. So let's hit it.
Well.
Well, truly a deep subject.
Are you a woman who wants to feel as well put together on the inside as you look on the outside? You're probably the leader at your work site and the strategist behind everything that gets done at home. So many important people and tasks hang on your nail, but you feel like you're dragging and continuously fatigued, frustration, and brain fog that makes all your efforts feel 3 or even 10 times harder than you imagine they ought to be. Well, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to join me in uncovering the root causes of that fatigue, frustration, and brain fog in 90 days or less in my foundations program called the WellTuned Woman. So just picture yourself just a few short months from now feeling like you struck it rich with the best sleep, mood, and energy you've ever had, better than you've ever dreamed of having. Now imagine how your newly discovered vitality affects the haven that you call home and the precious loved ones who gather there. You'll be asking yourself, does life really get to be this good? Really, this can't be put off another year. In a few short months, you will wake up with the energy you need to meet life's demands and have vigor to spare, fueling your passion for your family and the impact you are making in this world. Imagine sitting down at the end of the day to rest and survey all you've accomplished rather than battling constant exhaustion and skipping every non essential task on your never ending to do list. That's all possible when you join the WellTuned Woman and claim your right to flourishing mental wellness. Well, the first cohort of the WellTuned Woman is just coming to a close, and we'll be opening the doors in January, May, and September for the next groups of WellTuned Woman. The link in the show notes gives you all the details on working with me to feel better in a few short weeks, better than you could have ever imagined. All the women currently in the program, like me, spent years and countless dollars trying to get to the root causes of why they were feeling so poorly, even though in most cases their lab results were quote unquote normal. And there are just too few healthcare providers out there who know or utilize evidence based ways of getting you to flourishing. Those evidence based ways to guide you to flourishing are all revealed in the Well Tuned Woman. Weekly in the Well Tuned Woman, we workshop the information that will inform your healthcare decisions and move you along your way, finding major breakthroughs on health issues that have bogged you down for far too long. You'll come away from the Well-Tuned Woman with an actionable, customized plan to reclaim your wellness. It takes my patients a year or two of office visits to fully engage in these critical wellness strategies. Yet in the Well-Tuned Woman, you can do what can be accomplished in years in just weeks. Now, you might be skeptical about whether this can work. I get it. You trust your current healthcare providers to do their best for you, and you should, but they just don't have access to the kind of information that I've gleaned and delivered to hundreds of patients and clients. It's like, now that I see it, I just can't unsee it. The inflammation, poor nervous system nutrition, problems with the mind body connection, and difficulty in our closest relationships. You deserve to put those in the past so you can flourish. And I don't just practice it, I live it. Professionally, I am a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, but personally, I put my own depression, fibromyalgia, and hypothyroidism into remission in only 15 months after suffering nearly 3 decades of unsuccessful treatment. Now I've served hundreds of clients with root cause solutions for their mental wellness. Because I know what it's like to suffer in dis-ease, I am a champion for women who feel like they have tried everything in the battle against fatigue, frustration, and brain fog, or worse, and I help them find their breakthrough in the WellTuned Woman program of anti-inflammatory, nutritional, and novel brain training strategies. Frankly, I provide a level of care that's not available anywhere else. I'm trained as an ethnomusicologist and psychiatric nurse practitioner, and I incorporate groove-based drumming and root cause strategies to create mental wellness with my clients. And as a Grammy Foundation Award winner, Albert Schweitzer Healthcare Innovation Fellow, international best-selling author, podcast host, beloved professor, and esteemed clinician, my clients remind me daily that they have never worked with anyone with the same level of knowledge, insight, and compassion. My career as a healer began in the throes of hypothyroidism, fibromyalgia, and deep, deep depression. I figured out how to put more than 30 years of disease into remission, and I've led hundreds of patients in their journey toward remission, many who felt they had already tried everything and had almost lost hope. I was pulled back from the brink. By my 40s, I'd been in a 30-year struggle with hyperthyroidism and fibromyalgia, and also battling chronic pelvic pain and depression that completely ruled my days. My relationships with my spouse and my children hung in the balance because I was woefully inadequate. I was harsh, controlling, fearful, and angry, ignorant, and incapable of getting out of fight flight mode, even though I loved them dearly. In 2014, I was diagnosed with chronic food sensitivity related inflammation and malnutrition of key nutrients. I went cold turkey on those triggers, fixed my gut health, and took responsibility for my emotional and relational healing. And now I feel better in my late 50s than I did in my 20s. This decade is totally about building a legacy of wellness and warmth with my spouse, children, and grandchildren, and showing women like you the way to the best wellness of your life. Although I've been accused of aging in reverse, I truly do feel better in my 50s than I did in my 20s. And after putting more than 30 years of depression, fibromyalgia, and hypothyroidism into remission, I have the vitality I need to be the kind of wife, mom, grandmother, and mental health clinician I've always envisioned. Through the WellTuned Woman, I share everything your provider either doesn't know or doesn't have time to share with you about the cutting edge techniques to incredible mental wellness. I hope you'll join me for 90 days that can truly change your life. Check out the show notes for details on the WellTuned Woman. And remember, together we have everything we need.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Brain Health Hookup. I hope this episode radiates with the conviction that generating mental wellness needs to be fun and safe. We want you to find your power and understand your innate design to flourish in everything you do. And we hope that inspires you to come back and listen for more. I'd love for you to leave a review of this podcast, as it helps this show grow to reach more people who need to make mental wellness fun. You can find the leave a review button, as well as all the YouTube visuals, bonuses, and ways we can help to support you on our website, podcast.grooveforhealth.com. I appreciate you more than words can say. See you next time, and remember, together we have everything we need.